Thoughts of the spike of Roman Catholic and Eastern Orthodox converts among Gen Z? Bro, I saw this. It feels so astroturf to me. It's not insane to think that more Gen Z are turning towards religion in a crazy, uncertain time where peak atheism is probably behind us. But it just doesn't, I'm not seeing a lot of evidence of it. I don't know. Maybe I could be missing it. It could be in parts of the world that I'm not in. It just feels, I'm just not getting the sense that there's a real movement towards religion. I think people are broadly being more spiritual in a way. I think mostly because everyone's getting kind of dumber. And I think people are just like vibes based, but like I'm talking about church attendance. I don't really think people are going back to church. I don't think that I think they're like, they might claim to be religious. They might be watching a religious influencer, but they're not like actually religious. I'm graduating on Friday. Trust me, it's going crazy among my Gen Z friends. It's not them going to church, a lot more life groups and Bible studies. Yeah, that does track with me. I wouldn't be surprised if people through social media are getting to be more about the aesthetics of being religious. But I mean legitimately, like religion as sort of I think about it in the 90s or whatever. People were like people that would go to church and like it's a big part of their life and they deeply, I feel like that is gone and not coming back. My sister suddenly started going to church every Sunday for the past year. She's very early Gen Z. Damn, that's wild, huh? Why don't they just watch a Atrioc stream? It's kind of like a modern day church, you know, where you can get the gospel and you build a real sense of community. You don't stream on Sunday? Facts, dude. A friend of mine is gay and Gen Z and converted to Catholicism recently. I don't really get it. Maybe it is a trend. I mean, let's look into it real quick. Gen Z religion. Is Gen Z really becoming more religious? Okay, the stats seem to indicate that what's being positioned as a revival is a small percentage increase in the religiosity of religious young men. In other words, slightly higher church attendance rates among already Christian men. I mean, I don't know. It's probably like golf, dude. It's probably exactly like golf, where if you talk to a boomer, golf is dying. If you talk to a zoomer, golf is thriving. And it's like, it's just different kind of golf. It's different kind of religion. It's like religion is becoming something different. But I'm seeing that Gen Z has the lowest levels of confident belief in God and the highest rates of never going to church of any generation ever measured. So it's not religion as like I envision. It's something different. Nintendo is our God now. Nintendo is our God and Star Fox is the gospel. And you'll keep reading it every 15 years. Here's a video that covers the topic.
Back in 2007, about 78% of American adults identified as Christian. By 2024, that number sat at...
Damn, it is crazy how religious this country is during my lifetime. I got nothing wrong with it, but I'm not a Reddit atheist, bro. I don't care if you're religious. As someone who isn't, it's always shocking to hear how like most people in this country believe in like angels. It always like kind of blows my mind a little bit. Again, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not bothered by it outside of just like surprise. I mean, listen, I got the spirit in me right now, bro. I got the spirit. Praise the Lord.
The share of adults who say they pray daily, for example, has fallen dramatically since 2007, but since 2021, it has stabilized in the mid-40s. Monthly attendance to a religious service tells the same story.
Bro, I don't think you have to be religious to pray. Am I on a flight and the turbulence gets bad enough? I go, God, if you're there, give me one time. I say, God, give me one time, bro. I gotta shoot my shot just in case, bro. It's just a just in case kind of thing. And then what's funny is whenever I land, I'm like, psych, idiot. Fooled your ass, bro. You should have taken me down. Fooled your ass. Got him. Can't touch me now, bitch.
Here's the piece that matters most to the whole narrative of a Gen Z revival. Even though the overall decline has slowed, younger adults...
You know, I do think I've had a religious revival in the past few years. And it's the Church of LeBron James. Oh, this is not even my Lakers hat. It's the Church of LeBron James, bro. I'm seeing a God come to earth. I'm seeing a damn spirit. For him to do what he's doing at 41, tell me that Christ isn't involved. Tell me that's not a sign from God. The Democratic Church of Homeland of LeBron. I praise the king every time he gets out on the court.
Using data from the General Social Survey, Burge notes that the percentage of people who say they believe in God without a doubt drops with each generation. Boomers are highest at 57%, and that drops...
That doesn't necessarily say anything because Gen Z doubts everything. Gen Z has no sure belief in anything. The most religious Gen Z is probably like, well, I don't know, God, maybe. They could be more religious, but less confident. In fact, I mean, boomers are just generally more confident about everything, even when it's stupid and wrong. No matter what belief a boomer has, they're more likely to say, I have zero doubts in it, because that's just who they are. And of course, the millennials are right in the middle, which is perfect. Change nothing. Mwah, perfect. You're doing everything right, sweetie.
And when Burge looked at attendance, Gen Z comes out as the least church-attending generation in American history, with only 17% attending weekly. Though the number that really jumps out is the 38% of Gen Z who never attend.
This is what I'm talking about, because I think it's legitimately like golf. I'm not even kidding. Because if you were to say, what is the percentage of people playing a full 18 holes of golf on a traditional golf course? And it's like, that's declining, sure. But golf's clearly more popular than ever. It's because they're doing other things. They're doing driving ranges, or they're doing short holes. And so I think this is what religion is morphing into, but people are still searching for perhaps more than ever, the feeling of community or a purpose that religion gives them, which I don't blame people for wanting to find. The world is having a dearth of it right now. And if you can find a community, then why not do it? I think the best way to do that is through supporting your favorite streamer with gifted subs and watching full watch time of his Big A clips. But I understand there could be other ways to do that. You can find...
Why do we keep seeing headlines about a Gen Z revival? Well, a big part of the answer is that some of these claims are built on flawed data or on media outlets misreading what the data actually says.
Okay.
For example, consider a recent study from the UK making similar claims. A report from an organization called the Bible Society.
If you're in the UK, you should believe in God, because it's your only fucking hope. You better hope there's a fucking British God above. This is the last chance to fucking save Queen and country, bro.
The most trusted national survey, the British Social Attitude Study, shows the exact opposite trend.
Okay.
Church-going declined between 2018 and 2023, and individual denominations reported the same, while the Bible Society claimed that Catholic Church...
Yeah, but again, I'm just saying that the difference between church-going and religious is a key part of this. I don't doubt that people aren't going to church, because going to church is a required task that you can't do by sitting at home and being on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Of course people aren't going to go to church. It's awkward. You have to sit there and you have to listen to someone give a sermon. And you got to wake up early and all the things. It's inconvenient. But to be part of a group, you know, if you say you're part of a religion, you could go join other people who have that same religion and feel like you're part of a group, or you have a common goal. You have a trust. You have a belief that things will be made all right, that someone's watching out for you. People probably want that.
So where did the whole revival story come from? Voas argues it was the study's methodology. The Bible Society used an online opt-in panel run by YouGov. People volunteer to join these panels, which means the sample is not truly random.
Opt-in polling is a fucking joke. It is so incredibly skewed. The average normal person opts out of all requests to do anything that they don't understand or know about. A stranger asks you, can I get you some questions? You say no as default, most people, because you don't fucking care. It's a waste of time. It can only go badly for you. The people that do it are weird. They're not normal, and it does not produce a reliable
That extraordinary
outcome.
claims require extraordinary data, and the evidence here is just not strong enough. In other cases, the Gen Z revival narrative comes from misunderstanding the underlying
That's why we need people to scalp our data to pull on our behalf. That's a great idea. I think even better is there should be a Polymarket or Kalshi bet on whether or not you will believe in God that every single individual person can insider trade on. And we can use the aggregate of those data to figure out what they actually believe, okay? That will get us to a more true north here.
Take, for example, this Fox News article from October 2025. Gen Z men returning to church in surprising numbers in faith resurgence. It summarizes the findings of a study conducted by the Barna Group, saying church attendance has increased among Gen Z and millennial men. But that's not what the underlying study shows, not even close. Dr. Burge pointed out the key detail that apparently everyone at Fox missed. The Barna study doesn't measure Gen Z as a whole. It only was looking at Gen Z who are already churchgoers. Not all of young adults, not the general population, just the ones who already attend church. So the study's actual finding is much more narrow. Among the subset of Gen Z who already go to church, they attend slightly more often than the subset of millennials who already go to church. And the difference...
No, that's not... Okay, I guess cool.
Church-going Gen Z attend about 1.9 times per month, and church-going millennials attend about 1.8.
Holy fuck, you Gen Z religious freaks. I mean, I like God as much as the next guy, but you guys are going 1.9 times? Keep it to a reasonable 1.8, you fucking psychos. It's not the Inquisition, okay?
Dr. Burge points out that to bring millennials back to the level of religious affiliation as their parents, you would need around 10 million millennials to reaffiliate. And Gen Z, which starts from an even lower baseline, you would require around 18 million to reaffiliate.
Let's get it started, folks. Let's get it started right here in this Twitch chat. Let's get everyone to re-enlist in the church, which has done nothing but good things. We're all going to go to church on Sundays. We're going to praise. I feel God in this chat tonight. Okay.
The sociologist found that when parents are already non-religious, their kids typically adopt the same stance through simple absence of religion in daily life. At home, religion is not talked about. There are no rituals, no social or behavioral expectations rooted in a particular religious culture.
That makes sense.
In that environment, not being religious becomes the default. And one of the striking takeaways from this broader line of research is just how strongly this non-religious default carries on forward.
Imagine growing up not religious at all, but choosing to convert to Christianity. And people have done it, but yeah, it does seem pretty rare to like voluntarily opt into all the rituals and a smorgasbord. People might do it for a significant other, or they might do it for social reasons. You need a pop in church. True. You need a pop in church. That's what I should do, bro. I should give up this Twitch streaming shit, this low limit Twitch streaming shit, and open up a fucking mega church. The Atrioc mega church, that would be sick. A giga church. Get a couple private jets, get a PJ, do a lot of light shows, make it really fancy, bro. The Church of the Holy Glizzy.
But these studies are why, for me, the idea of a Gen Z revival is so hard to square with the data. If younger generations of Americans are already starting at lower levels of belief and practice, and if non-religion itself is this sticky across generations, then a dramatic return to organized religion becomes even harder to imagine as Gen Z starts to have kids.
So if you were raised by 4 Christian parents, it's 100%. Yeah, the trick for religion is to get 4 parents in there who are all deeply religious, and then guaranteed that kid will be. No, it's really smart.
So when you hear claims about a Gen Z revival, everything we're seeing across belief, behavior, belonging, and childhood transmission points to not a resurgence, but a plateau.
If you are the church and you want to get young people to become religious, here's what you do. I'll give you the game plan right now. You create a iPad software that teaches kids Christian faith, tradition, and values. And then you give out free iPads to stressed out millennial parents that only play Jesus Cocomelon. It's like steal the Christian brain rot in Roblox. Yeah. And you just start passing out this shit. And then every stressed out parent uses this free iPad, gives it to their kid. The kid watches fucking VeggieTales 2.0 or whatever. The Vatican literally made an anime? Wait, really? Vatican anime. Oh yeah, they made a mascot. Wait, is this real? The Vatican unveiled the official mascot of the Holy Year 2025, Luce. It was inspired by the church's desire to live even within the pop culture so beloved by our youth. That's wild. I think I'm Christian now? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you think TikTok could cause a resurgence in religion if they wanted to? If they wanted to? I think there is a spirituality rise on TikTok. That's probably causing some of this, but not a resurgence in church attendance. What's your favorite Bible passage? I bet it's 2 Kings. What? This is my favorite Bible passage. Let me look it up. Well, I can't. In 2 Kings 2:23-25, the prophet Elisha is mocked by a group of youths while traveling to Bethel. They chant, "Go up, Baldy."